that I'm no joke. No joke, baby, I'm no joke. Oh, na, na, na. No joke, baby, I'm no
Welcome to Talk That Talk again. Today we've got a very interesting topic. I'm Elizabeth, and today we've got Iysh with us.
Hi.
And we've got Porsche to the left. And we've got our fantastic King Rems. And on the end, we've got our baby girl, Gigi, our sweetheart. So today is a very interesting topic. We're talking about resurfaced tweets. Should people still be held accountable after so many years?
No, you're moving mad. Come on now. Do you think you're going to be holding me responsible for what I said at 14 when I was 14? Big man, I beg. Move me, please.
All right, nobody's attacking you. Nobody said, what did you do at 14?
Listen, at 14, I don't even know. At 14, I thought Nelly was the most amazing thing in the world. How that changed. But like, the thing is, right, it's weird because societally we're taught to forgive others, but we must condemn others. So like, the statue of Edward Colston was pulled down and everybody's like, yeah, but he did so much for the town and so much for the city. He also sold human flesh. You do understand that, right? But it's like, okay, cool, well, I said one thing when I was 14 and that was a previous you, or one thing when I was 20 or 21 and you were then held accountable. Your brand is then diminished. You're then removed from certain aspects of your media career or whatever. And then we're expected to then hold them responsible for that.
But does that not show a bit of a characteristic trait? At 14, you're quite developed. You know, you kind of know yourself. At 14, listen, there's certain things at 14 I just would never ever say.
Which kind of advanced 14-year-old were you? Goddamn.
Well, I left home at 15, so I was mostly quite advanced. But at 14, you still know what's right and what's wrong. And
depending how you're brought up.
Yeah, but so what, do we blame the parents?
And no, because sometimes like there's this saying, I was raised right and I done wrong all by myself. Like when you're young, it's not even about a young thing. I feel like sometimes we still forget that it's like when we hit 18 or a certain age, humans are expected to just have it all together and just know. But life is just one big experience of learning over and over and over again. Learning doesn't stop when you're a child. So I feel like we need to have a little bit more patience and understanding with adults as well. Just because someone is a certain age, it doesn't mean they haven't messed up in the past. It doesn't mean that they're still not learning. You can be wrong for something and, you know, really regret it when you reflect on it. I'm sure we've all done things, maybe not stupid tweets that insult people, but we've all done some things that we think, you know what, I would never do that now because I've grown as a person. Now, where it gets sticky for me is like where you have these celebrities or influencers, you see tweets being pulled up. If you know you've done some stuff or you've had some opinions, address it beforehand. Don't wait until you're pulled up to then put an apology out. Because then how can we take that apology seriously when you're not even pulling up yourself first? That's personally how I would see it. I'd say, look, do you know what? I've seen this about this person. I just want to say in the past, I had certain views and I've grown from it.
Yeah, my thing is it actually genuine? Are you only apologising now because one is going to stop your papers and the backlash that you get? So even when people say sorry, like you said, why are you waiting for the tweets to surface and then you put out an apology? Because are you hoping that nobody finds it? You're hoping nobody finds it?
You do forget what you've tweeted about.
No,
you forget. No, listen, you forget. I can't remember what I put on my Facebook status when I was 18, for instance. So I think it's just one of those ones where someone could be watching a program and in the moment they probably just got a bit excited. They tweeted some madness. And then obviously it was resurfaced like shit. Like I didn't realise that I put something like that out. In terms of apologising, if you genuinely mean it, go ahead, whatever, etc., etc. What I don't like is when people force an apology, where people like they're literally like off with this person's head, and then they're like, we're gonna cancel this dumb cancel culture. We're gonna cancel this person, etc., etc. For me personally, I find that there's people always waiting for someone's downfall. And once they find out that this person who's going around looking for the tweets in the first place, someone's actually going back and looking for this person's downfall, anyways. And once the opportunity is there, loads of people are just jumping on it, and then all of a sudden it becomes a public sort of execution sort of thing. We're going to cancel you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, blah, blah, blah. So in regards to all of this, I think if you genuinely do mean it, apologise. Obviously it depends on your brand as well, because you can't be out here being the ambassador for, I don't know,
equality and you're down talking black.
Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So yeah, that's
so. You know, when you're talking about cancel culture, like, how do you feel about? At what point do you decide yes, this person should be cancelled or not? Because for me, it's perspective. Like we're like kind of saying the same thing where we're like, you know what, people can mess up and make mistakes.
Yeah, but some
But when
heinous
do
things are being
people
said.
Cancel culture will
I'm
never
sorry,
be
people
fair,
do
though.
need to that people need to get cancelled.
Yeah,
for
but
some of the
cancel,
heinous
listen,
shit that they say.
cancel culture will never be fair. They cancelled Wiley, but Katie Hopkins is still out here tweeting. Tommy
Yeah,
Robertson is
fair
still out
enough.
here tweeting. They cancelled R. Kelly, big man. Woody Allen's things are
Yeah,
still on there. And
R.
he was
Kelly needs to
sexing
be
up his
cancelled,
flipping
though.
adopted young daughter, brother. So at the end of the day, cancel culture will never be fair. It's never going to be
like
fair.
cancel culture. Do you know why? Because I think it's just a collective sort of, like you've got people,
Vilification of
loads of
people.
people jumping it. Did you genuinely feel offended by that tweet?
Yeah.
Or is it because
yeah.
you feel like you should be offended by
Yeah.
it? And I feel like people, they search certain keywords. So for instance, the moment the word dark skin comes up, everyone's like, what was that?
Yeah.
But if it's light skin, people will skip over it. But because that keyword has been used, all of a
Yeah.
sudden, you've now said something really, really offensive. It's like people have skipped what the whole tweet was about. Oh yeah, you mentioned
You said
dark skin
dark skin,
girls,
that's it.
we're going to cancel you.
It's the same with LGBT
Like,
stuff. Like, it's just
yeah.
ridiculous. Some things are genuine banter, and like I've seen people get cancelled and be
thing
dragged
is,
about shit. And it's
I
like,
do- Yeah,
no,
well, I'm not
that
even
is
fucking
different-
offended by it. Like,
different
this
But
is
I do
banter.
understand, like, there's some celebrities that have apologized for stuff and it just doesn't feel genuine.
Yeah.
Like, you watch them and there's an air of arrogance to them as well. Like, I can't remember who it was that was like, if anything comes up, I don't want to hear shit. It was a male rapper, I think it was. I don't know who it was, yeah. But I would prefer you be like that than a fake apology, straight. Like, why?
So that's another question.
Don't want
Do
a
you
fake apology.
feel that there's favouritism in who we cancel for tweeting certain things?
100%.
I.e. rappers
100%.
versus influencers.
I honestly
swear
think
anyone
women are
said
harsher.
Some heinous stuff, and I
Yeah.
was just like, nah. I just can't look at him the same.
I think women are harsher on other women.
Women, yeah.
Women in the
for-
spotlight. Like, I feel like...
I think we feel hard done by it though.
Why?
Well, depending on what the tweet is, you know, especially when it comes to like the colorism tweets and stuff like that. I think women feel so hard done by that. We get that shit from guys a lot of the time. You know, it's more hurtful when our own girls are doing it.
But why are
and
we
stuff.
so... I feel like there's this perception that women should do no wrong and we should be more mature or we should know what we're doing more than men, and we give men more of a leeway. And I'm saying even us as women, we do it, and we would rather chop down a woman than a man and cancel a woman. And it's like, again, it comes to the point of, why do we feel like people get to a point and they should do no wrong? Again, we're all learning. We're all just taking it day by day. No one's got all the answers. So when it comes to cancelling, it's like you can't pick and choose. The whole cancel culture thing is just, even like people like, oh, she's cancelled 2 weeks later. Oh, did you see that new product she's got? What? Are you okay? Like, if you're going,
Did you unfollow
because
them?
do you know what they done to Wiley? That's cancelling someone.
Yeah.
That's completely stopping
her
raising that
But you know
person.
what?
You know, we love you, we're here for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
We're not cancelling you, babe.
And the thing is, it's like, again, we touched on this on another episode. He just didn't articulate himself properly. It's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, he didn't.
Everyone has their own opinion about it, but that's actually, if we was to start cancelling people that really have offended us and people that really are the target, then have you seen how impactful it is? That actual cancelling, not cancel culture, actually cancelling someone.
Yeah,
Like, I
same
think
thing.
that's what we should start doing for not everyone, but certain like news outlets and stuff like that, mainstream stuff. But people are just people. Like, we're all human. We all say stupid stuff and do stupid stuff.
To cut you short, sorry, babe. I think we should actually feel offended by it. Like, in the terms of like, because I'm not on
Offended by
Twitter.
what?
I'm not on Twitter and stuff like that. But I've got people like, I wake up one morning and all of a sudden I find out the whole of Twitter's cancelled a certain person. Was each person actually offended by what that person said?
No.
So do you know what I
bandwagon,
mean?
innit? It's a bandwagon
do you know what I
thing.
mean? So for me, the whole cancelling someone because of a tweet or whatever, I feel like once one person starts it, and it has to
becomes
be
a trend.
someone, you know what I mean? Once it's been retweeted, etc.,
Yeah.
it becomes a trend. Me personally, cancelling someone is a personal thing. If I say I'm not gonna mess with your product anymore, that's it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have to announce it. I don't have to tell bare people whatever.
Yeah.
That's personal to me.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Oh, I was basically gonna say, like, a lot of the times with these resurfaced tweets, it's usually like racism.
I think it is as
No,
well.
that
I feel
needs to
like
come from the BBC.
certain people can be in a certain friendship group where jokes can run. There's a certain type of joke. Like me and you, exactly. But if you go onto a public platform like Twitter or Instagram or wherever and you put it out for everyone to see, them jokes can't run.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you might feel comfortable saying that with your people, whatever. Doesn't make it right, depending on what it is, but you should at least have the decency to select your moments of when to say it and not put it on a platform where you know you're going to insult people. And you know how you said like you're 14, you know right from wrong.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Listen, there's some adults
I
who
do.
don't know right from
I
wrong at
do.
the end of the day.
I did though. The thing is,
I feel like we know basic right from wrong, but there's things like peer pressure when you get led astray.
I feel if it's in you to say certain things, that's just in you. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that.
That's a reach,
I'm not saying that, no, because there's some things that I just would have never said, right? And I'm not saying that you don't grow and learn from your experiences and stuff. I'm not disputing that. You do learn, but that was your thinking at the time, and that's the person that you are.
At the
Yeah,
time.
but doesn't mean you can't
People
outgrow
need
that
to
though.
change.
Nobody ever changes. When you think about
Eh?
it, people repress who they are because you cannot change something that's already been inherent in you.
You are talking damage now.
People break.
It's like you trying to forget that you had what you had for breakfast this morning.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's a functional way of...
Do you know what?
That's
I
what
get
I'm
what you're
saying.
saying
That's what
because
I'm
there's
saying.
certain things that are. Is it like?
Why don't you kill cats
So
when
listen,
you were 14?
certain things-
No, I'm being serious.
Who
What did you
killed
say?
cats?
Why don't you kill cats when you were 14? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're serial killers.
Okay, but that's really extreme.
No, no, but do you know what I'm saying?
Talking about
You've got some inherent beliefs, yes, but for
Yeah.
you to go as far as saying that people do not change or they repress who they are, I don't believe so. We as human beings continue.
What
would I do?
It doesn't. But it's not supposed to. The fact of the matter is, where
They
you go
grow.
through every period of life, through your life course, you are constantly changing and evolving.
Yeah.
So what you did at 14 shapes you are at 16. What you did
Yeah.
at 16 shapes you are at 18. So you're supposed to live in those experiences.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
supposed to
disputing that,
evolve
but
and grow
that- it
through
was
them.
still in
But it doesn't
you.
mean that's who you are.
Okay,
because
but at 14,
at 16, I was a cunt, bro.
It's
I'm
in you,
probably
so
still a
that's-
cunt.
At
That's
14,
besides the
for
point.
example, at 14, I remember I used to terrorize this man in the chip shop with my
Bruh.
friends. We used to terrorize him like after school. Sorry if you're out there. I wouldn't do that now. I know it's, but then you could say, oh, but that's because you was immature back then.
But it's
So
in you.
like
You can
people-
terrorize someone.
Yeah, but you're
Anyone,
learning about
but you know
boundaries.
what I mean.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a part of the person's trait, regardless.
No.
I'm not saying you
No,
can't move
I would
on,
never
you
do
can't
that.
grow, you
The
can't
man
change.
was minding his business, just salting his chips and I'm there terrorizing
As you
him. I
grow,
wouldn't do that now.
you learn about boundaries. At those ages, you're pushing
Yeah.
boundaries. You're learning about what's acceptable and what
I'm not
isn't.
disputing that.
So it's not a case if that's she's not a cunt. The fact
Nothing when
is
I
she was
14
learning
years
about
old didn't
boundaries.
change about me.
I think maybe
I just grew.
but your views I think are inherent to you and your personal experiences, and that's why maybe you haven't got the dexterity to think more laterally about it. But fact of the matter is, you are pushing boundaries at those ages. You're seeing what you can and can't get away with. You're finding your way in the world. Like shit's new, shit's woolly. Some shit's really cool. Some shit's really not. Like the shit you care about at 14 or 18 or 21, you don't give a shit about at 26 if you're a functional individual.
So
The
let's
political
say,
correctness is a
let me just put
motherfucker.
it this way, yeah? So let's, like with this whole Karen thing, yeah?
Who's Karen?
Karen.
Who's Karen? Nigga, I know who Karen is.
Everybody knows Karen.
Poor Karen.
But yeah, like with this whole thing, and these women are coming on good morning or whatever it is, they're
You're
like,
lying.
I'm really offended because my name's Karen. It's like, Karen, it's not about you. This is why you're called Karen. It's not about you right now. But they can feel offended. So
Listen,
just by writing their name,
Gigi.
they're offended. So everyone's always going to be offended
Yeah,
by
but
something that someone says.
No one offends, and I'm gonna say this, and I can say it. No one offends like white women. I'm sorry, mum. No one offends like white fucking women.
Middle
Let me
class
tell you,
white
middle class white women, white women in general. Trust me. Some shit. Listen, my
feel
mum
like
gets
certain
offended by
ones
some
don't
shit that
care.
makes no fucking sense. I love you though. Listen, nothing offends like easily offends like white women. I'm
a
telling
lot
you.
of the complaints about black things or against black
Of
things
course,
have
white
come from
women.
black people.
White women. I'm telling you, they out here.
Seriously, a lot of complaints.
You know that bit of white chicks? I am a white
Women.
woman.
From Karen.
No, but
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
like with the whole cancelling thing, it's gone too far. It's gone way too far. We're cancelling people, and I feel like we should be starting to mend these issues within our communities, within, you know, our friendship groups and the people that we surround ourselves with. Let's start having the
So should we be
conversations
more
of,
forgiving?
because you know where, I don't know where it is, so I can't like sound very intelligent and pinpoint, but there's, or maybe like it's an old saying or old tale, instead of punishing someone, everyone in the village would take the person that's offended someone or done a crime and they would say nice things about the person, right?
No, fuck that. Suck your mum if
trigger
you
them.
committed a crime, innit?
Okay, but I don't think it's like a crime like that. I'd say, let's just say a tweet,
Okay, cool.
for argument's sake.
We'll leave that.
And then we would all sit down at a brunch or whatever and say, you know, I like this about you, I like that about you. Why? There's so many good
Positive
qualities about
mantra.
you. Why are you now doing this? We need to make people contemplate why they're doing it. What's the problem inside you that's making you do that?
Great,
Because it's not just
say
old
something
tweets,
positive.
you know?
Say something positive about Katie Hopkins now. Go.
She's alive. And she has children, so it's good that she's alive because her children will miss her.
She has all her limbs and organs considering that she's a troll.
No. That's what you stated is factual. State something positive.
She has nice eyes. They're blue.
I thought
Remy, they said about me. We're talking about tweets.
No, I think with people wanting to cancel people who've put down like certain tweets, especially because it's mainly like influencers or celebrities and stuff like that. I think it's because people feel like, okay, it's not right, but people probably feel like, oh, this is what they signed up for. Like, because they're in the public eye, they're, do you know what I mean?
Where is the allowance for our opinion in this? Because like shit is just fucked up. Like you can't say nothing about gay people, you can't say nothing about black people. Like I don't particularly like gay men or transgender people. I can say that because I'm LGBT, suck your mum. But you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that.
But do you know what? I don't think...
Where is the allowance? But where is the allowance for people's just opinions? Like you can not like shit. It's okay not to like shit. You get it?
But then people say really hurtful things though.
But the thing is,
especially being a black girl, right? There's so much things. I'm sorry, let me just say one thing, Gigi. There's so many things. I really actually do take it personally when it all comes down to the colour of my skin and the way black girls, for me personally, it's a black thing, black girls just get demolished with tweets from their own, from other women, from men, and it seems like it's okay. It's actually not okay to be tweeting bullshit about anything.
Yeah, don't be a troll, but if you don't like something...
Jokes. You know, like I've got this thing.
But then this is what we're saying.
I've got less ease on Maya Jama than I do Steph London. Because I personally think Steph London crossed the line with what she said.
What did she say?
I don't want to repeat what she said. Maya Jama.
What did she say?
She was rude. She was colourist.
No, basically, she was saying that dark skinned girls would wish that they were light skinned, and if God gave them the choice, they would know that.
But was she lying?
What are you saying, babe?
Is she lying?
What are you saying?
Listen, you. No, hear me. Chill your fucking jet. Let me learn. Women who are confident in themselves, you can't rock them. But do you know the amount of black women, like beautiful black women like Porsche, who have said to me in my face, oh my God, I wish I was your colour. Look at your colour.
I never said that, by the way.
No. You are confident in your own skin and who you are. For me, black women, we're all black women. No matter how yellow I am, no matter how yellow you are, we're all black women. But the fact of the matter is, she isn't incorrect. There are black women who bleach their skin. I've been in Jamaica. There are black. You see what I'm saying?
You can't say she's black women though.
Yeah, all
you
black
can't say black women.
To cast that hook, much like Wiley, to cast that hook broadly is incorrect. But at the same time, the actualities of what she's saying isn't wrong.
Yeah, but do you know the thing is, she's in the public eye to put something out.
And she bad as fuck too, innit?
Listen, you know what? As much as she feels shit, Steph London's fucking hot. Like,
yeah, she get it.
But all I'm saying is, she's in the public eye,
so
you have to be. Okay. I'm not saying they're wrong.
But she's a human being.
I know she's a human
being.
Can I just? Okay, so let's say, because you know what, we just see these tweets and we see these people. Yeah, we don't know these people. We see the person that they're portraying. We see the stuff that they type. We don't know them. Let's say that she was just totally dragged by a group of dark-skinned women, and she just went on and I'm not saying it's right. That's not what I'm saying. And then she just wrote that. And then what? So does that mean that she has to be completely cancelled again? I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not saying she's wrong.
Equally, on the flip side, what if she's been on the receiving end of the black women saying, oh, do you know, I wish I was your colour.
But that's what I'm saying.
But they didn't necessarily drag her.
No, but wait, what I'm saying is, what do you mean?
You said like black women dragged her, so that's why she said it. But
no, I'm saying let's say that was the case.
The reason for her saying it.
Yeah.
But what if the reason for her saying it is the amount of black women who said to her, I want to be your complexion?
But the way that she said it wouldn't have been that.
We know how she meant it.
Yeah.
You kind of agreed with it just a minute ago. But
whereas Maya Jama, she just retweeted a tweet. And it
Which was
like,
what?
I can't even remember what hers was. And it was actually kind of funny. Again, this is the line of banter. I still took it offensively. Because again, she's in the public eye. You have to be mindful when you're in the public eye.
But the thing is, they're still human. Why do we forget that they are still human?
Wait, can I just stop? Wait, 1 minute quickly, yeah?
Listen,
Why? Okay, this is a bigger topic, but just quickly. with the whole tweet thing and stuff like that, why is it always at the expense of dark-skinned women? And why is it that they were young, they didn't know a lot, and then they have to grow up for them to realise that, oh, maybe everyone is beautiful? Why is it part of their transition?
That's a societal thing. If you look at where we are, the Europeanised standard of beauty...
Personally, as a dark-skinned woman, I will take that person. So no one light-skinned could tell me that, okay, well, like it's a society thing.
Yeah.
No, like...
No. What I'm saying to you is this... No. What I'm trying to say is it's indoctrinated. We believe that the lighter skin we are, the more superior... Like,
some people
but historically, if you look at how it is, there's colorism in all societies. I don't believe it is bullshit. I love my black women. I love you guys. I love you all. But the fact of the matter is, people who are weak-minded or don't necessarily have the foundational understanding to know where their opinions come from will adhere to what the media tells them, which is that if you have the straighter nose, if you have the less plumper lips, if you have the straighter hair, you are naturally beautiful. Bollocks, you're all beautiful. Exactly. So it's a case of some people just aren't educated.
But then it comes back
then here's
to...
the problem. Motherfuckers stay in B&Q taking a fucking fence because they don't really think about where people's opinions have come from.
But this is the thing. What if she was raised in a household... You know, we talk about people being young and stuff. What if she was raised in a household where that's what she knows?
I wasn't raised in her.
Going back to the tweets...
You know, but then you get to an age when you start coming out of your household, you start thinking, hold on, maybe my household is wrong.
Do you?
Yeah, I think people grow up and they experience the world and they think that...
How many times have we discussed people who don't have the ability to break generational cycles, who don't have the ability to outgrow those unhealthy behaviours or unhealthy thought processes?
That's why I'm saying we need to start treating adults with a little bit more love and nurturing, because people are always learning.
Well,
it's
I
not
want
just
to
when
You
they're
can't say that to the
children.
person that's been offended. You can't.
That's my point.
Freedom
That's
of
what I'm saying.
speech. But then freedom of speech...
Freedom of speech, but you don't have to be offensive. Freedom of speech, that's the
The thing
thing.
about Iysh is anybody is entitled to say whatever.
But how can you put that tweet in a nice way?
But actually, factually, because she's not
It
wrong.
needs to be in a nice way because it's her opinion.
And she's not
She
technically
wants
wrong.
to say, so let her say it. At the end of the day, why are we offended? What? Because our kids look up to these people. At the end of the day,
Kids should look up to
why
you.
are you making these people a role model to your kids? You need to be a role model to your kids.
Oh.
Who is offended?
But babes, it goes back to what I was saying. That's why I say the cancel culture, I can't subscribe to it because it's a collective thing. If I'm offended by, for instance, Steph London's tweet, I've got every right to be offended by it. It's not a thing whereby I'm saying, oh, don't tweet
Why
that,
were you
whatever.
offended
But
by it?
no, if I want to be, as a dark-skinned woman, I can be.
No, there's no. There's certain tweets that are out there. No, there are certain tweets that are out there that actually, unfortunately, our kids are influenced by a lot of things that they see, and they will hold on
Take
to
your
that.
kids off of social media.
No, okay, but what about adults? What about adults?
It's not just on social media. Let's not act as if kids don't see things and hear things. Even when they're not.
Do you know what I think it is, yeah? The problem is everyone, I feel like a lot of people, let me not say everyone, can't generalise. A lot of people can't have an open mind to the point where they can understand. You can have a difference of opinion to me and we can still get along. We can maybe not agree with it, but we can still sit down and have our drink after and think, you know what? You've said your bit. I might take something from that and you might take something from me. Even if you don't agree, you understand my thought process. Do you know what I mean? There's some tweets, I don't know how you come back from them because they're just a bit wild. But at the same time, do you know what I mean? Like, just a little bit more understanding and open-mindedness.
No,
Let's say a nigger on the BBC.
There we go.
So what? Who wants to say this, and that?
Listen, I'm not being funny,
I've
yeah.
said several times, BBC needs to be cancelled.
BBC should have been cancelled from Jimmy Savile, but here we are, innit? Here we fucking are.
So, on this note, resurfaced tweets.
Trust me.
Well, I was like, say whatever you want to say, do what you want to do.
Just own it with your chest.
Porsche, one line, how should we deal with resurfaced tweets?
It's a personal thing. If you feel offended by it, you feel offended by it. If you want to cancel them, cancel them. Yeah.
King Rams?
Say what you gotta say, but back your shit, innit? Because if you get banged in your face in public for something you say online, that's your problem, innit?
And our fabulous Gigi.
Some things you can't go back from, but at the same time, we need to be more understanding and understand people change and evolve, and they do have a right to become better people just because they weren't back then.
I like that.
Fantastic. Well, that's the end of this episode. Guys, don't tweet too much unless you're tweeting us. Talk that talk. Comment, share, and like. Take care. We're out.
Baby, I